I want to say is thank you for coming up here and let me do this. I'm sorry. I'm sorry I had to change the time on you. I just floor for for my house and we I was supposed to do it this morning, but they ended up not coming. So and then they scheduled it for 1 o'clock, and I forgot that I had to interview you at 1 o'clock.
Yeah, but ain't no big thing, man.
Okay.
Yeah.
Here,
Yeah. This will stay up after the interview. People can watch it.
Yeah. For some reason, when I end the lives, it makes it private, and then I have to go back and make it public.
Yeah, they do that on purpose. You gotta watch it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My first, you ready to get started?
Yeah, man. Yeah, what you got?
My first question is like, what's your background? Like, where were you raised and stuff?
I was raised in a town called Gulfport, Mississippi. Here it is. This is the outskirts of it. Me and buddy here working today. But I was back and forth between my mama's and my grandparents growing up.
Yeah.
Constantly back and forth. Because we didn't live maybe 15 minutes from each other. So my mama lived in the Louisville.
Yeah.
And like practically. More in the eye, 5 kilos.
Yeah.
On Oak Street. Yeah. I can start screaming to the day. Yeah, but that's how I answer that question.
Yeah. This question is just a question for me. What's your advice for a songwriter?
Army veteran, 7 years in the National Guard. My mom was in the music industry. My advice for a songwriter is listen to Elton John. He never wrote a thing that he ever sang was all written by a writer. And Anthony, I forget his last name. But get good. Someone who can, write good poetry. I know Elton John writes some music.
Hey, we got 7 people in here, Bloodhound.
What's up? How do you say that name? What's up, bro? Alicia. Okay. I would say, I'm a guy that plays the best songs that I wrote themselves.
I love Welcome to My Addiction. There's just something about that song that sounds different than other country rappers.
Right. Yeah.
The third question is, how did you get into music?
I was born into there's a little echo. My grandpa bought me a guitar when I was 14. And he bought me a little book to teach you how to play it. And about 3 days later, I learned that whole book. So he said, well, I think we need to get you some lessons. And then about 6 months goes by, the teacher says, I ain't not like a teacher anymore. But there's another studio downtown Biloxi. There's a teacher there. more fans, so I went up in teachers. I had some good guitar teachers. I miss them, man. They become like older brothers. You know?
Yeah.
There's a guy about Odell Joe. So at age 12, went on stage with the BB King brothers. And Joe was self-taught, but he played the guitar at age 14 like nobody's business. Joe Bonamassa had 27 albums now. Major more. Yeah, Joe Bonamassa, man. They got a song called Love Me Baby. Well, Joe had some old albums. Yeah. He does rock remix, but he's one of the fastest rock and roll guitarists in the world.
Yeah, I've never heard of him.
Rock and roll blues guitar.
Yeah.
I've seen him at Red Rocks. I saw him on. I've been talking to him on this. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, definitely influenced guitar playing.
Yeah.
I mean, country was where music started back then. Hank Williams, Jimmy Young. Yeah, so to be the type of artist that I am, and to deliver songs like John Wayne,
Yeah.
I want to tell people if y'all heard John Wayne, go listen to John Wayne. That music started with Hank Williams, Waylon Jennings, Jimi Hendrix. That's where I would say it started. Then on stuff like Frank Sinatra. Well, I don't really that being genuine. I like some of them.
What up, Aiden?
What's up, Aiden? What's up, Adrian?
That's my boy Aiden. Me and him go live together a lot.
Yeah, so you gonna try to do this more or what?
Yeah, I'm gonna try to get other artists up here too. And I'm hoping I can get it set up on StreamYard too.
That's what I was gonna say, man. You can have on StreamYard and you're real familiar with that. Because you gotta be professional. There's the echo too, you know the echo.
I don't hear it.
I think StreamYard, y'all don't hear echo?
I don't.
Okay. Okay. Well, StreamYard's a good website to use.
Do you know? Does it cost money?
They have a
Hold on, sorry. Yeah, sorry about that. I'm muted.
Okay.
I had people come in the house.
What's that?
What, the volume?
Yeah. So, Mr. Dito, he died. He was good friend with my grandpa. Really? Yeah. Wow. He was able to cut the ribbon. Wow. He used to work construction next door to that guy. So this is what I do in my spare time. I pick up strangers and we go work 6 flowers, clear fence roads, and stop down trees. I'll take the flooring job. I do flooring and cut down trees.
Yeah.
I'm real good at building buildings. What state you live in?
Tennessee, Clarksville, a little town called Clarksville, Tennessee.
Oh yeah, Clarksville, Tennessee. Who ain't heard from Clarksville, Tennessee?
I kind of live on the outskirts, Cunningham, but I live between. I don't know if you know where Dixon County is.
Okay.
I live on the Dixon County Montgomery County line.
Is this deep? Clarksville is West Tennessee, right?
No, it's north.
Okay, north, yeah. North of Nashville?
Yeah, it's about an hour from Nashville.
Is it towards St. Juliet or is it north? Towards Kentucky?
No, it's towards St. Juliet.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
My next question was, who inspired you to start writing?
Who inspired you to start writing? When I was a kid, I was pretty bad. And so the school told my grandma I'd go with her. And so every day you kick in, and I start writing poetry. I still have a book of poems that I wrote when I was in school.
Yeah.
I'm inspired by other writers, but nobody has ever done it to make me think I can do it. I just was born doing it.
I'm kind of the same way because I wrote my first song when I was 10 and now I'm 18.
Okay.
And my writing's gotten better since then. So I've been trying. There's this artist I know personally. His name's Ron Daniels. He's a country singer. I wrote a song for him, but he has not hit me back on it yet because he's on tour right now. So hopefully he'll take the song I wrote for him.
Well, if I had any advice to give you, I would say enjoy every second of being 18.
Yeah.
Enjoy every second of it. Nothing is supposed to happen right now, bro. You're learning.
Yeah.
Making it through your teens is an accomplishment of itself now. But enjoy being young, bro. I give anything to be 18 again.
Yeah.
But that's what I would say. Enjoy being young.
Aiden, he's in Mississippi, right? Yeah. I just recognized the last question is kind of the same as the third question. You already answered that one. It was what makes you start writing. So I was gonna that's why I asked if I could add take that question off and put another one in there.
Yeah, that's cool.
I was just wondering what. I'm not trying to get too personal, but I was wondering what got you addicted to drugs. I'm trying to get personal. You don't have to answer if you don't want to.
I grew up in I had older brothers that were really I had cousins who was still I had a parent who was older. It was everywhere, just like in the Appalachian Mountains. The only thing to do in my generation, when we were growing up,
Yeah.
the only thing to do was to take pills.
Yeah.
Down here in Gulfport, there's a big city with all the casinos and buildings. And so what type of drugs comes with that environment? But all also you got the woods and the country boy not too far from here. And you got all the drugs backfire.
Yeah.
So either way you turn, rolling up about drugs. That's why my parents got a divorce. That's why I got a divorce. And so that's why I push this message now. I push this movement. And some people are really born into a situation where they don't stand a chance. And if you happen to walk in their shoes, you really can't judge them.
Yeah, I get that. See, I'm from out here where I'm from, we don't have to really worry about that stuff. But out here where I'm from, we don't have to really worry about that stuff.
Yeah, it's messed up real bad. I gotta go up there to the fence road. If you get the street light for this stuff, I'll come back, man.
And also, I'll be on your live after a while if you're going live.
I might go live. I don't know.
If you
when
do,
you post this, so text me.
okay, I will.
All right, man.
See ya.